Hi everyone, this is Joanne Fink from Zenspirations, and I'm making signs for my friend Riza's wedding today, and I'm doing them on these beautiful stained wooden boards with Sakura's Pen Touch pen, and I thought I'd share how I'm doing it because it's so easy that it might be something you want to try. So I don't ever want to write on my irreplaceable board without knowing what I'm doing as a layout. So I'm starting by tracing the board so that I know what size I have. And then I want to show you how to get the Pen Touch pen started. When they come, there's no ink in it, and you have to shake it up and down for a little while, and then press on it and bounce it until you start to see the ink flow into the tip. There, now I have a nice ink flow. So this board's going to say Sparkling Send Off, and Riza wants fireworks in it. And I think it'll be fun if we do something that leaves room for the fireworks. I'm not sure what I want to do with the G, but I know that Riza wants fireworks, so we're going to put the fireworks here. I will do them a little bit more neatly in the finished piece. I always like to do some kind of flourish. And then for contrast, I think we'll do capitals for send off, and because there's two of them who we are sending off, I think a little double heart at the bottom would be nice. So that's my initial layout, and now let's just put it on the board. If you're not used to doing this, you might want to move your layout to where you can see it, and you also might want to make sure that your board is free of dust and lint, because that can get caught in your nib and kind of give you glitches. Okay, Sparkling Send Off. I'm trying to get the lettering kind of to bend, and the way this technique works is to do handwriting that is pretty wide. And I'm just going to end this there on the G until I see what it is that I want to do with the lettering underneath. So I've noticed that if you put your hand on top of the ink before you give it 30-40 seconds to dry, that it will smudge. So I don't want to write right on top of here until it's dry, but I think it probably is dry now. And I'm just making lines that sort of start and I'm adding some dots that make it look very festive. And there is my instant firework. So now that I have the firework, because I don't want to be drawing on the letters and then trying to do the firework, I'm going to thicken up some of the letters. And the areas that I'm thickening are the downstrokes that would normally be thicker if I was using a pointed pen or brush. I think people call this faux calligraphy, and it's really easy to do because you have control of the pen, and you're not needing to depend on alternating your pressure to get the look that you want. I have a nice tutorial on this, or step outs, in my book on Bible journaling. So if you have that, you can take it out and see step by step how to do this kind of lettering. And now, since those of you who know me know how much I like to flourish, let's put our flourish in. Flourishing is something that my teacher, Sheila Waters, always used to say, do it loud and proud and away from your letters. So I like to flourish far above where I usually write. So the flourish doesn't interfere with the legibility of what I've written. Okay, so I'm thickening various areas. And sometimes I stop and I get more paint to flow into my pen, because that way I get better coverage. I'm really delighted with how easy it is to work on wood. I've never written on wood before, and it's a lot of fun. I might do it again. I love putting hearts on the tops of my eyes, and especially for a wedding, it makes a really celebratory, nice touch. Okay, and I think that it's safer to leave the G until we put in the rest of the letters, but let me finish the S. I often like to add just a little circle at the ends of my capital letters. And you can do that same little circle if you want on the flourish, just to give it a little finishing touch. Okay, so sparkling, and I'm supposed to do send off. And I'm contrasting the big sparkling with tall, skinny capital letters. So it's a different weight, it's a different style, it's a different size. Those are some of the elements of contrast. Sparkling send off. Okay, so now that I see how much space I have for my G, I will be able to put the G in. And I think that we don't have a lot of space for the G, but I'm going to try and work it in up here. And this is so easy to do. I think I've done a whole bunch of signs in one afternoon. There's some fuzz on my pen. Okay, so sparkling send off, and I think I promised Riza some double hearts. And there we go. It's a sparkling send-off to Riza's wedding. Hope you'll have fun using Sakura's Pen Touch pen and making your own signs. Stay inspired.